What I felt is that as corrections moved to figure out how to deal with this terrible recidivism problem they're having with guys coming right back to prison after they parole, which was also obviously causing more victims in the public, they have to think about how to do rehabilitation differently. And so they started to do a lot of rehabilitative classes and evidence-based programs to get people to reduce their criminality. But it was struggling to be successful. And I felt my own experience was that one of the reasons is because the living environment was sending an opposite message. It wasn't a rehabilitative message. It was kind of a message that it was dehumanizing. It was very oppressive. It was kind of like, we don't trust you to be a citizen out there. That tends to be self-fulfilling. People will behave the way you expect them to sometimes. And so I did some research on what they were doing in Europe and in Norway, changing the way prison yards look and the way you treat each other in prison and building more of a sense of community. And I felt like that could be done in a California prison. So I asked permission to do that here in kind of a sweeping project where we would be all done through public donations, so wouldn't use taxpayer money. And we would redesign the yard by putting artificial grass and meeting spaces and water and natural elements, and kind of de-emphasize the prison institutional aspects of the yard and facility, and create a sense of community that you could then start really working on your rehabilitation and your change in your own identity as somebody who was going to be a productive citizen. That wasn't something that you should wait till you release them into society, that you could do it here first, show that that person could do that, and then release them. And so that's what I've been working on for half a decade. And I think this will be a very important year in installing a lot of this. We have the full support of the upper administration, and we're working with local business and prominent members of the community to fund it, including Guide Dogs of America, who have a service dog program here. They're really helping, and other organizations. I spend, a huge amount of time on it. It's very helpful healing for me. It's all done through volunteerism. Service to others is really a huge part of the rehabilitative process. My brother's one of the better painters in the California system, so one part of the project is that we're painting these sweeping landscape murals all along the inside of the prison yard. It's going to be the longest, when it's completed, it'll be the longest continuous mural in a U.S. prison. It's about 33,000 square feet. All of it through donated paint, and all of it done by inmate artists. It's a big project, but we're hoping it can be replicated at other prisons. People are coming from all around to kind of see the progress. It's not to sort of make prison a nicer place to do prison time. It has a direct effect on recidivism and victimization out there. Like, if you treat a human like they're a pit bull in the backyard and, in an oppressive environment, you really can't expect them to be released into the public and understand how to be a good neighbor. You have to learn that here. You have to treat people humanely and get them to understand how to function in a community environment here where you care for your neighbors here. And then that will translate out there. I'm here on the ground, obviously, a prisoner also. And so I just felt like, we can do it from the ground up. I can organize this. Let's try to do this here at Donovan in San Diego. I appreciate the support of the administration, and we'll see how it goes.